Hello everyone! Welcome back to Spider-Man episode 28. In the last episode, we dealt with all of the side stuff in Chinatown that wasn't side missions or crimes. In this episode, we'll be doing the same, we'll be doing similar thing, however, we'll be doing it in two districts. We'll be accomplishing it in the Greenwich district and the financial district. You might be wondering why I picked these two districts. Well, this district, we've done everything except for 2 pigeons, and then 10 crimes that we still need to do, and then all of the side missions. However, those side missions are special because they're big side missions, so they'll be their own episode, as I said last time. And we'll be doing this as well as this because we have a lot more stuff to do here than we do here, and we can knock this entire area out just really quick. So there's that. Also, if you're curious what today's suit is, it is the electrically insulated suit that I have no idea where the origin is from, and I'll show it to you right now. It is this one. It's interesting, to say the least. I don't think it's all that great. I'm gonna be honest with you, kid. I don't think it's all that great. So, there's that. But things that are great is leveling up. So we're actually gonna level up here our skills. We actually only have 5 left, and I think we only need 2 per thing. Yeah. So yeah, we're getting there. We're almost done with all of upgrades and all that stuff, which is really nice. So it's great. So let me tell you guys a story. So recently the Aladdin live action trailer came out, and I didn't watch it because I'm not interested in the movie whatsoever. However, I am interested in what my main homeboy, Will Smith, my favorite YouTuber, I've always wondered what he would look like. Because after the disaster on that magazine, when we figured out what he looked like, yeah, where's the pigeon? Why is the pigeon not showing up? Hello, pigeon? Are you around here? What? Okay, I'm confused. Is it because I'm being shot at? That is not the case. I don't think that's why he's not showing up. I mean, I'll take them out anyways. I mean, I don't enjoy being shot at as much as the next guy. But still, I don't think that's the reason why it's not showing up. I guess it's just not... It's not glitched, but I think it's just... I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. But we'll come back to it. So yeah, I wanted to look at what he looked like for this movie because he was said to be blue and all that jazz. Well, it came out, as I said before, and, you know, we got to see Will Smith in his all blue gooiness as Genie. He is the worst. Oh my god. It is the worst. It is the worst thing I've ever seen. And that's a fact. Jesus, it is so bad. It is so... They didn't even try. Like, I feel so bad because the movie Aladdin's super good. I mean, I haven't I don't love Aladdin to death, but I do know Aladdin's extremely great and all that jazz. But to just have it be ruined, and especially for this newer generation, to have that as Aladdin, it kind of ruins it for everybody, and it's so bad. I'm excited to see the train wreck that it's going to turn out to be. I was joking with a friend that it was going to be announced at the Oscars next year, or, well, this year, but later in the year, that it's, he's going to have its own segment, or its own worst live-action film of 2019. And because there's a few of them, you got The Lion King, you got, what? We don't got Beauty and the Beast, because that one already came out. But you got a few other ones. I mean, I can only think of Lion King and Aladdin for some reason, but I know there's another one. Is it Mulan? It's Mulan. But still, why? I don't understand, and that confuses me. Also, we're already done with Greenwich. That's literally why I decided to just make it a part of a different episode. Because it's so much faster and so much easier just to do that, rather than make a 4-minute episode about, oh, yeah, we have everything now. So there's that. Yeah, he just is so bad. If I do end up watching it, I will review the movie. I will review the movie. But if I don't watch it, which is probably the idea, and I won't watch it, well, then I don't know. Look, if someone asks me out and they want to go see that movie, I will go see that movie. That is the only way I'm going to go see that movie. There is no other way I'm going to go watch live action Aladdin. Unless it's like anything else that's beneficial to me. Or I ask someone out to go watch that movie with me to laugh at it because it's just that bad. Actually, that's a good idea. Huh. Yeah, so this whole ESU without swinging, don't really worry about it. If you have enough momentum, you can actually build up a ton of momentum just by jumping off of buildings. Yeah, no, it doesn't even bother you. See, when I first played through this, I didn't have enough momentum, so I had to walk the entire way there. But yeah. But again, just momentum. But whatever. Just gotta pick up them trashes, boy. Yeah, I'm excited to see how bad this movie is because it's just like one of those movies where it's like I want it to be a wreck because I don't want this to be a trend. Like remaking 80s movies and then them ended up being really bad, like making, you know, the Ghostbusters but with only women, which I thought was a stupid concept entirely. Not because, oh, it's women. Actually, yeah, that's exactly why. I thought it was a stupid concept because they wanted to remake Ghostbusters where it's a very full male cast, which is, you know, whatever. And they made Ghostbusters, but the whole thing was, oh, it's with women. It's just like one of those movies where it's like, it shouldn't have been made. It was made to show, you know, empowering women, and I think that's great, but at the same idea, don't copy already made movies, make your own. Like, I think Ocean's 8 did the same thing. And it's just, don't stop it. You make bad movies. Because you're not creating a different movie, you're creating the same movie everyone already loves, but you're replacing it with women. And then changing stuff so that it empowers women more, even though you're changing the movie itself and naming it the same thing. That's why Ghostbusters, it has a tainted name now, and that's why people aren't as excited for Ghostbusters 3. I think it's going to be interesting. I hope it's going to be good, but yeah, I just hope Bill Murray doesn't die on set, because that would be really sad. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Tisk. I mean, it's just like, why? I don't understand today's generation. And I am a part of today's generation, so it's just, I'm confused. Like, it's just, why, man? It boggles me. It boggles my mind every time I think about it. Just like, why? I don't really care anymore. Either way, if you're curious about how, you know, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood's been coming along, I actually beat it today, on my day of break that I had off of my school time, because it was a snow day. I beat it today. It's a good game. And then I looked at the achievement list, and because the main reason I play games is to play them and enjoy them, but also is to get a special thing I like to call Platinum. You may remember this from a few months ago, or even literally when I was talking about Spyro. I platinum these games like it's nothing. However, remember this. This is very important to remember. If it's very difficult, I'm going to take my time on it, because it's going to be fun. But I also know that the more you play a game, either the more you love it or the more you hate it. Now, good examples of this are Okami. Okami is a great game that I absolutely love to death. I didn't love it as much until I did platinum it, because I had to do everything in the game and understand all of its rich nature and all the effort that was put into it. It is officially now my favorite game. And I've said this for what, a year and a half now? It's my favorite game overall. which is Dark Souls is a close second. One of the three, or really one or three. Yeah, 2 is great. I don't get me wrong. Dark Souls 2 is great. It's just not compared to other Dark Souls games. I don't think it's as good as Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. However, I do believe it's a great game that is underrated. But that's a talk for another day. Either way, the opposite of that, opposite of me playing a game so much that I love it, is Knack. Yes, the PS4 exclusive where you play as a little relic monster thing, and it wasn't successful, even though it did get a sequel for some reason, and it's one of Video Game Donkey's favorite memes. Knack. I beat that game, platinumed it, and I hate it. When I originally played the game, I thought it was a pretty good game. In fact, I gave it around a 7 out of 10 when I originally played it, because it was genuinely decent. I thought it was decent. Not like masterpiece, and I think it got what it deserved. It wasn't underrated, it wasn't overrated. It got exactly what it deserved. But I was more worried about the achievements. And as I kept playing through the game, and I got to that more difficult, I got to every other difficulty, because I had to play the game on normal, hard, and the ultra hard difficulty. Every time I beat the game, every time I die, every time I get hit, which is every time I die basically, I hated the game more and more, because then I realized the flaws of the game as I attempted to beat it completely. This is exactly what's happening with Brotherhood. It's one of the many games that I remember from my childhood, and I remember it. Like, I remember playing it when I was younger. However, these good memories are washed away as soon as I realize this game kind of sucks. Just because of a little thing called synchronization. Every level in Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, has a associated challenge with it to obtain 100% synchronization. However, the problem with that is it varies in between level. So it could be, don't take any damage, don't drop below 5 hearts of damage, don't be detected, or any other things that are like that. Well, some of them are easier than others. Don't drop below 5 hearts. Easy enough, especially if you're, later in the game and it's not a mission where you take as much damage. And in some situations, it can be really, even taking no damage can be really easy, just because of a few things. However, there are certain things that are not so easy to do, which is taking damage on the final level of the Da Vinci DLC that has come out. So, of one of the many DLCs that has come out, the Da Vinci Disappearance DLC, which is a thing that I got from Uplay, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. The Da Vinci Disappearance DLC comes with around 8 missions of content. Beautiful, right? Great, fantastic. And it comes with its own challenges. However, no, actually it came with Brotherhood because it was in the achievement list. So yeah, it's in the achievement list. I have to do it so that I can get a platinum. Well, I also have to get every synchronization. I have to get 100% in every level, and this also includes main missions, but I'll get into them in a second because they are much worse. The last level of Da Vinci's Disappearance, well, you find Da Vinci. And if you don't know the game, he's a close friend of Ezio Auditore. However, that's a whole thing. Either way, just remember he's a close friend, and we're finding him because we're his friend. Alright? Well, in this one mission, you have to go through around 15 minutes of content. Okay? I mean, that's not that bad. Without taking damage. Now, that is very possible. I was able to beat around half of Dark Souls 3 without taking any damage, but it's practice. And I can agree that it's all about practice. However, there is a dedicated fight section of it, and fighting in that game is not the easiest thing in the world because half the time it doesn't let you counter, which instantly kills an enemy. But, however, there's also another platforming section. And Assassin's Creed, be it its main thing is platforming, it doesn't do it very well. I've said this with every Assassin's Creed game I have ever played and will ever play. The main aspect of their game, which is platforming, parkour, doesn't work. I will say this about every single Assassin's Creed game. Some do better than others. I remember having an easier time in Assassin's Creed Syndicate than I have in any early Assassin's Creed game. I don't like many of the early Assassin's Creed games because they are so bad in climbing. However, they're all not that great. So I'm not too worried about it. However, Jesus Christ, I'm using a lot of howevers. However, in this Da Vinci's little, disappearance episode little thing, we have to go through 3 platforming sections. 3 platforming sections. Remember, that's not that all that bad. However, they all take around 5 minutes. And you're like, oh, but you said 15 minutes. Yeah, I kind of lied about that. It was more like 20 minutes. The fighting section actually takes forever, because if you want to do it right without taking damage, you actually just have to sit there and counter every single enemy and make sure you don't mess it up, because then you will have to take damage and then you have to restart. And we'll get into restarting in a second, because that's the most infuriating thing. So you have to go through 3 platforming sections, and they're not all that bad. In their own sections, if you're able to take damage on them, they're not that bad. There might be only 1 or 2 jumps that you miss, and there's that. The first one's super easy. It's get 3 levers. The second one is its own beast, and the third one is, again, just get 4 levers, and then you'll be good. However, the second platforming section of that area has given me so much trouble, to the fact that I actually had to rage quit earlier, and I stopped playing the game. I stopped playing the game and I went to go play Smash, because that is more enjoyable than having to sit there repeatedly going through this one section over and over again just to do it without taking damage. And you may be wondering, what could you possibly take damage on? It's a platforming section. The falls, the meager amount of fall damage Ezio Auditore takes when he falls 3 feet. It is the most infuriating thing I have ever experienced in any game. The main purpose of the game is to have good quality parkour because you're an assassin, and the game doesn't do it correctly. And so I get angry when it doesn't work. Okay, now you may be curious. I mean, it must be a checkpoint thing, because they wouldn't just, give you 20 minutes of content without a checkpoint, and if you have to do it without taking damage. Well, you'd be wrong, buddy. You actually have to do every single mission in the entire game. Without doing doing that certain challenge, if you want to get 100%. So in the missions where it is don't take any damage, it becomes so annoying to not take any damage. You have to make sure you're doing everything right to the point, or else you have to make up a half an hour of gameplay, depending on the mission. I sat there for an hour doing the same mission over and over again just so I could rage quit in the end. I am not happy about that mission, and I still have to go back and do it, because I have vowed to myself that is the game that I'm going to be platinuming here soon. I only need 3 more. That game, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and Crash Bandicoot 3. I've had an easier time playing Crash Bandicoot 3's platforming-based gameplay, which is meant to be difficult. I've had an easier time playing that than I did any Assassin's Creed game lately, and I have no idea why. And I think it's only due to the fact that they suck. That's it. I'm very angry. I'm very angry about everything that's happened today. Yeah. Yeah, and just I can't. There's no checkpoints, and that's the most infuriating thing, especially when you get hit on the last room, and you're right there, and then you get hit by something that you can't stop. You just have to make sure that you're in the right position, or the enemy that is there doesn't spawn. Because I've had experience in that game where enemies will and won't spawn in just randomly. Enemies that are supposed to be there won't. Enemies that are there, well, they won't appear on the map until you're 2 feet in front of them. And then they'll appear on the map, and then guess what? You still won't see them because for some reason they're also disappearing. The game isn't good. If a game isn't good when it has to come to, you know, adding challenges to missions is fine. It's completely fine. I mean, I have no problem with it. However, you have to make sure your game can reasonably allow for those things to happen. If you can't allow for those certain things to happen, there's no point in having the challenges in the first place if they are made nearly impossible by the fact that half the time enemies spawn randomly, and, you know, the ICU meter, I don't know what to call it, is all jacked up. And that's just the DLC. The main game was even worse. There's a certain mission, it was actually Sequence 4, episode level, whatever you want to call it, Mission 1. It was Sequence 4, Mission 1. Where you have to go through Castelletto San Antony, or whatever it's called, and your friends or attempt to assassinate someone else. However, the problem with this is you can't be detected the entire time. Now, this would be fine and dandy, and my original playthrough of it wasn't all that bad. I actually got through the majority of the mission without being detected. And then, an enemy who didn't spawn and wasn't on the minimap spawned out of nowhere right next to me and saw me, detected me. And I said, crap. Well, this is the first mission I have to restart, so I'm not all that angry about it. So I restarted it, because that's the smart thing to do. You restart a mission when you mess it up. So I restarted it. I did it again, right? And it's like a 15-minute mission, just going through a very long section where you can't be seen, and it teaches you assassinations and all that jazz in the 4th act of the game, which is halfway through the game. It teaches you assassinations. Okay, I don't understand that. So I go through that, and guess what? Guess what funny thing I still have left to do? Also, what's my other mission? I don't know. Can I see it? Use 5 mine... Oh, use trip mines? I can do that. You're Dan. Lieutenant Dan! Lieutenant Dan! Okay, I need health. Yeah, so Sequence 4-5, you can't go through it without being detected. Like I just said, I went through it already, and I did it. Because I, got seen, blah, blah, blah. Did it again. The same thing happened. I swear to God, the same thing happened. And then I just did it. I just did it because I gave up. I was like, okay, if this is how it's gonna work, then that's gonna be how it's gonna work. So I gave up, and I was like, let me just play the mission normally. I can always come back and do it. And I was right. I can. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do it. I come back. I beat the game. It was actually earlier today, and I tried again because that's the sensible thing to do. Also, why can't I? There it is. Okay. I couldn't remember what button it was to change my whip. So, I did the sensible thing. I came back to the hard section just so that I didn't, have to come back later, even after I finished everything. Because I want to finish the missions before I actually move on to collecting everything, because then I don't have to worry about doing missions. So, I do it. It takes me 4 tries, and legitimately it takes me 4 hours, not 4 hours, it takes me 2 hours to do it. Because every time I tried, remember, 4 tries. It's a 15-minute level, too, which is, very fun. It takes me about half an hour to make sure everything works fine. And, I'm actually, the 4 times what I'm counting isn't every time I got detected by the first enemy, because for some reason he didn't move. It's not a very fun time. So I hate this game now. That's not true. I love it to death. That's also not true. I like it. It's a decent game. However, it's very bad. I just hope it doesn't end up being neck. I really hope it doesn't end up becoming a neck, and I start to hate it immediately. Because with Assassin's Creed 2, I didn't like it all that much. I thought, you know, it's the first one in the Ezio trilogy. It's not gonna be all that great. And I was like, you know, it doesn't look all that great, and like there's certain things about it I don't like. However, I ended up liking it because I understood that the game gives enough challenge in it, even though it sucks. It's not a stupid amount of challenge, and I don't need to really worry about the missions after I do them. Yeah, I really hope that's not the case with Revelations, but sadly I do know that that's the case. Because it's Brotherhood, I believe, is a much more successful Assassin's Creed game, so they're gonna go off of that one more than they do Assassin's Creed 2. I think. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a much more successful Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed 2. Maybe not much more, but I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more successful. But again, I may be wrong. I will accept a wrong on this one, my guy. But yeah. That's all I'm saying. So other than that, I had a pretty decent day. I played a little bit of Smash earlier, like I said. It was good. I sadly died internally after dying to a level 9 Greninja as Dr. Mario, one of my more favorite people to play, just because of his spike. So there's that. But I died to Greninja, and I was kind of sad about that. And that's actually after that happened, I gave up, and I'm like, I don't have the right to hold this controller in my hand anymore, just because that happened. Yeah, no, I literally was like, okay, I'm done. I wasn't salty. I was not mad at all. I was like, okay, I understand why I lost, but because I lost in such a bad manner, because I got 3 stocked, yeah, it wasn't good. But I also wasn't playing with a normal controller. I was actually playing with the portable Switch controller, so, I mean, I'm not too angry with myself, and that's why I wasn't, like... I don't get mad at Smash, because I know it's me just being bad. Because I try to act like I'm good in the game, but in reality, I'm really not. Oh, there's still 1 enemy left? Oh, okay. Let me just, fix that. What about Webb? Am I right? He's dead. Oh, man. I mean, hey, episode I wanted more to talk about, and I guess the life gave me more to talk about, I guess, by making me infuriated with anything I played today. And I only played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, so there's that. Even Crash 3's been easy. Like, I thought originally that it was going to be really difficult because of time trials, but once I did 1 and 2's time trials, I breezed through them. I still have to do Hot Cocoa and the Dynamite secret mission, and then I'll have all the time trials done, and then I have to do it again, but with boxes. But I'm not too worried about the boxes, because then I know that I can die. Like, I can die on those levels, and that's great, because if I can die on those, then I don't really have to worry about much. And I can just follow a guide, if absolutely necessary. I won't, because most of the missions are still pretty straightforward when it comes to it. But still. Man. The road to 50 plats is a difficult one. If you ever plan on becoming a trophy hunter, make sure you do it with games that you love, and not games that you haven't fully played. Or if you do become a trophy hunter the way I have, make sure that, you know what games you want to do, and do a little bit more research on them, because, you know, if you don't like a game, then you can definitely 100% not do it. Yeah. I never realized how hard games like Overwatch would be to platinum until after I did it. Or after I figure out, oh, that's how you unlock the Zenyatta one. Well, I guess it'll take me 6 months to get that achievement. Yeah, literally, the Overwatch Platinum took me a year and a half. No, it took... oh, that's false. It actually took me 2 years to get that. And it was after me... Like, I literally mastered Zenyatta. By the time I finished... by the time I got Platinum, I literally... grew out of literally an everything main, and I turned into a Zenyatta main, and that is it. I played everybody in Overwatch, not anymore after that. Literally, I only played Zenyatta. So, yeah, it was a fun time, to say the least. Oh, we still have a pigeon? Where is he? Wait, what? Am I blind? What? We still have a pigeon left here. I think I may be blind. Let's pick this up. Ooh, quarantine. But, oh, there it is. It's right over here. I thought we were done, but we're not. Oh, this whole daily bugles read, we're not doing that. I haven't even done that on my gameplay. It's something. It's something, and it's not useful whatsoever. Ow, Jesus, that was a lot of my health. Thought we were done with this area. After the bird, we're actually done with the bottom half of the map, which is nice. See, it's only going to take a few episodes, so, like, you shouldn't be all too worried about side missions and they're going to take forever. No, it's only going to be a few more episodes, and then we can actually move on to beating the game and then doing side missions and then DLC. So I'm pretty excited. Other than that, in this area, we'll be buying, actually, this gadget, because we can do that. We're going to be buying this gadget. Okay. Anything else I want to get? Not you yet. Not you yet. We can get you. Nope. Actually, yes. No. Okay. So, yeah, I need challenge tokens for them. Well, damn. I'm not too worried. I still have 2 more suits after this to use. So, yeah, make that 3 more. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Crash channel. We ended up getting all of the collectibles in Greenwich and Financial District, other than the side missions and crimes, which the crimes will be its own episode. I just want to make sure that that's just going to be like its own thing. Heck, I might live stream. I'm not going to live stream it. I'll forget all about this. But it's going to be its own thing, so don't be too worried about that. For side missions, they're going to be their own episode. Not every one, because there's a ton of them, but, like, there's a few that are, like, a series of side missions. They'll be their own episode. And then, like, ones where it's like it cuts off. Like, it's a one-time thing. They'll be their own episode, or at least 1 or 2 per episode, that kind of idea. But that'll be after I beat the game, most likely. But I don't know. Either way, we actually have finished the complete bottom half of this area. So yeah, in the next episode, we will most likely be dealing with probably these 2 sections. Or maybe just this section, or maybe just this section, I don't know. But these 2 areas right here, the Central Park and the Upper East Side, are going to be really fun, because they are going to be fun to tackle, because there'll be a double episode right there. Not a double episode, but 2 in 1 episode. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Crash channel. In the next episode, we'll be doing a little bit more side stuff, and getting our way a little bit more closer to 100% of the way done with this game. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. I think I've already said that, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.